Uh, Good morning, guys. I hope everyone had a very good night's sleep. So, let's get into it. I'm excited. It's a new week, and I hope you are all excited because when we see a new week, that means we still have one more day to go, and one more year to go, and one more month to go, and one more week to go. The Lord is not done with us yet. So it's a good sign. It's a very good sign that we have to keep going, chasing our dreams, showing up every day. If it's work or anything you do that makes you happy, it's a very good sign when you get a new week. Would have had a bad week, uh, maybe last week or that other week, but a new week means new opportunities, new new challenges and new ways to improve our lives. Okay, so it's a very good week. And it's right now it's 8:30 and so I just decided to delay a bit, just a bit, just 8 minutes. So let's get into it so we can see how far we can go mm, with our analysis today. So if you can clearly remember, this is GPP card. This is a trade we were looking for sales last week. And you remember we were saying the weekly is very much clean, it's clear. All we need is the daily time frame to give us an entry chance, you see? So the key lesson you learn from this one is just because just because price has shown you the weekly time frame is ready to sell or buy, it doesn't mean you might even catch a buy. You see, remember I told you just because the analysis is good doesn't mean that it will turn out to be a good trade. The analysis is just part of us finding a good trade. There's still more, there's still more to it, you see. So since we can see the daily were wanted it to go, wanted the weekly wanted it to continue with the sales, but you can see what price ended up doing. Price ended up buying, and that's not bad. That's still very fine with us, and that should not even discourage us, not even one bit. Because if we know about the direction, anything that's happening in between is just bonus to us. You see? So it's even giving us uh, a very good chance to maybe even sell at a better price. You see? Uh, okay, so now let's go through it. Uh, this is the weekly time frame, and as you can see right now, this week that this previous week we're expecting price to sell. You can see we're expecting price to sell, and we only wanted to observe how the daily close so we can get our initial sale. Okay. So now price is back at this OG level. If you remember, this is the OG level that's closer to my lower high. And if the OG level is closer to my lower high, I don't want anything to do with it because price has a higher chance of continuing the bullish momentum. I need it to react from the OG level that's closer to my higher low or lower high, so that I can know that this daily push won't cause the shift in the higher time frame. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is maybe this shift, this push that was of course price was supposed to sell around this level here. Okay. Mm, and in fact, not around this level. This was our first level where price was supposed to sell at, but we didn't get the sale here. So price was supposed to sell here or at this point, right? But then price decided to buy and reach this next OG level. This is also a nice place to say to sell at, but the only bad part is we are near to my uh we're near to my lower high. So here we delay a bit because we want to see if this daily, because if I switch to a daily time frame, uh, I want to see if this daily push I'm having from here to this price uh is not a signal that price might end up breaking above my lower high. So for me to avoid that, I just observe this pair for this week because I want to see if price is holding this OG level first of all, and it's different if it gives me this engulfing and the weekly retests at the OG level. That's way far from my higher low or lower high. That one I can still sell or go with the same direction. But in this case, I need further confirmation because of the way we closed on the weekly and the way we are also looking on the daily time frame. Uh, so let's switch to the daily time frame and see uh, why we are really delaying this sale. Okay, so if I switch to the daily time frame, you can clearly see that price, uh, this is our higher low, lower high, okay, and this is our lower low. So the weekly lower high is this one. You see, meaning I expect price to come back here, but the daily higher low is right around here. Our lower high is right around here. So I can only sell when price is in between these is in between this box here. Okay, that's the only part I can catch my sale. If price breaks above this zone, my sale is gone. I need to wait for the daily to go bullish, bearish, and the weekly, hoping the weekly doesn't shift as well. So what does that tells me? That tells me that if price fails to retest and sell at these OG levels, because this, if you want, this can just be one level like this, and you can remove this, it's still the same thing. But if you can see that price has failed to respect this OG level, this means that I can't do anything yet. Because first of all, even though the price is bearish on the daily time frame, I don't know if this push might lead to the break of my lower high. And not only that, I don't know if this retest can lead to a sale. But the bad part is this retest is way closer to my lower high. And not only my weekly lower high, but my daily lower high. And just that for me is a no trade zone. Okay. So what I need for price to show me it's selling, I'll just simply do what I always do. If I'm looking for sales and this is the lower low and this is the point I'm waiting for that sale opportunity and price breaks above, we simply just wait for price to come back here and break below and wait for that pullback and then we can sell. Simple as that. So what does that show me? That means that I need the daily to come back around this level here. You see, I need the daily to come back around this level. Here, this OG level. And because we are right now we are at this point here. Right now we are at this structure point. So I need price to move down and break below this line here, okay? Because that will show me that the OG level is still being respected. Just the same thing, the same way I can treat this if it was a 4 hour time frame. If I didn't show you, let me do something like this. If this was hidden in this way, you would, and I told you this is the 4 hour time frame, I'm looking for sales, you would all say, okay, since we are looking for sales and price is above that level, we need price to then uh break right below and give us a retest and an engulfing, then we'll sell. So it's the same thing that we'll do. We'll just apply it to a higher time frame now. I need the daily break below and the daily retest. Let me just try to remove this because since we are around here, okay. So this is what I need. I need a daily retest and a day, which is a break, and that retest there and that engulfing. Okay. So for the daily time frame, really all I just need is a break. Then this retest and engulfing can be used in the lower time frame of the 4 hour if the daily doesn't look clear enough. But if the daily even does this, that's even fair. Okay. Mm, so this right here shows me that I won't be trading this pair this week, but next week. So it comes back to the next week team. USD JPY. Okay. Uh I told you we want to sell, we want to buy at this point, right? And the weekly time frame is bullish, and the weekly time frame rejected this level here. And I remember telling you we might get any scenario. We might get a situation where price retests and then buys, or price just continues buying. And in this case, you can see price just continues buying. And the bad part is now the daily has gone bullish. How? Because we this was our lower high, and this was our lower low. Then when we got the shift, price made this higher high, but price made this lower low, higher low, and created the new higher high. So this means that since my retest is at this point here, when price starts pushing back to my OG level here, the daily will go bearish. Meaning if the daily goes bearish and it's at this point, again, I have to wait for the daily to go bullish. Okay. And that means that that's a lot of waiting for me to get the daily shifting, the daily coming back to this retest, and the daily going back bullish because it will go bearish once it breaks below this level here. Uh, all this will now just show you that this pair needs time because where we are, where we are right now, it's not a level I would even buy. Even though if I try to move this retest we're having on the daily time frame, you can see we're having some sort of let me try to do this here. Let me try to do this other OG level. If you can see this kind of break we had here, you can see price is kind of respecting the level here and there. We have one, two, three touches. If we try to drop down this, but this is not clean. So for me, this trade, again, we push it to what? The next week level, because we need price to respect more. Okay. So now we have three uh for for last week. Because before we get rid of the last week, we have to go through them. Because sometimes you find yourself in a case where you had a very nice setup last week and you just abandon it because you want something new. And that setup now tends to be the good setup and it even goes to your way. Then you end up taking a trade that you never even uh, valued last week. You didn't track it. You don't know what their intentions were, so they end up losing. So the good part is when the good advice is when you have a pair or some currency you are focusing on this week, try to at least go through it on the weekend so you can see if really you'd want to continue with the pair next week. You know, it really doesn't matter if you trade one pair for a full month just because it's been giving you clean setups, that's fine. Than you taking trading different pairs the full month and maybe losing five and winning one, where you can maybe just take one pair and you're just catching the buys or sells in it for a full month and you win all straight four. You see, so it's really an advantage. So just don't be getting rid of your pairs. So that's why you see me. I won't explain this, but because I'm just explaining this when we're starting together. So that's why you see me. I don't really get rid of the previous pairs easily. I first go through them. Then we see which one will will stay, and then we can add on new things. Okay, so now we have NZD USD. NZD USD. We were what were we looking for? Uh, what were we looking for? NZD USD. This is weekly time frame. Oh, we are looking for sales. Yeah, we are looking for sales. And you can see that uh price reacted on this weekly level, which is very nice. And we have this past OG weekly level. So since we have this weekly OG level with a full engulfing, um, we can simply try to switch to a daily time frame and see how this is playing out. So this is the daily time frame. And if you remember, this is the trade I was telling you that, guys, I think we'll miss out on this trade. I remember telling you that. And the good part on the daily time frame is price is holding. You can see this was a higher high, and price broke this previous lower high, higher low, and made the new lower low. And price retested this level, and price finally closed with an engulfing daily candle. So this is a very nice setup, but on one condition though. First, if you can try to pay closer attention to NZD USD, you will see the weekly time frame is having this kind of close on the what do I mean? We can see we're having this type of close which is a pin bar, and this pin bar can signal two things. Can signal either this was just a retest for price to continue selling, or this can be a buy. But since the weekly is bearish, the pin bar should favor the selling side, because uh because it also has to deal with the sorry, it also has to deal with the direction. But in some cases, you see, when you get this type of pin bar, price usually buys. Okay. And this kind of pin bar candlestick is first one of the just one of the cons we have. But if we look at the daily though, we have this nice head and shoulder. But you see, we'll justify the pin bar. You know why we're having that pin bar. And how we'll go about this trade, you'll see. So we're having this head and shoulder. You have this left, if you can see it. We have the left, we have the head, we have the right, even though price broke, but sometimes it will never be clean. That's just how it is. And in this type of head and shoulder, your neckline changes from the straight line to this kind of line here. Okay? I hope you guys try to paying attention. So this is the new neckline. If I can get if I can get the head and shoulder pattern and draw it there, you see the same thing will happen. Let me just do this for you. Okay, this is the head and shoulders. So you can see, let me try to, this is the left, this is the head. You see? Okay, let me just do this. And just do this. Okay, let me now remove this one. So you see, for the head and shoulder pattern, the same thing. If this is the head, this is the left side, and this is the head, and this is the right side, you can see that once the neckline has changed to this level here, you can see, you've seen where my neckline has changed. The neckline is right around this level. So meaning price can potentially break below and give us this retest, then we can sell on the daily time frame. That's the first scenario we are having. Okay? But in a case where we we try to put our head right there and something like this, you can see it's still reducing, and we try to do something like that, still reducing, something like that. So it's right around the same level. Okay. So you've seen the head and shoulder scenario we are having price being at that point. Now look at the forward time frame. By the way, the daily has respected the OG level. You can see we are holding, and not only are we holding, um, we're having this engulfing candle here. So this is a very good sign, and this is a very strong indication that we should sell because we are now rejecting this level, right? And if you remember AUD/USD, I was telling you I expect the daily to sell more so that it can give me the shift so that it can buy. Meaning this pair has a very high chance of selling more as well. Uh, because if it wants to buy, the only way this price can buy is let me try to use the line chart. This is how I got tricked. Mm, yeah. The only way price can buy is if we maybe buy above this level here. If you remember in USDCHF, we had the shift that looked like this, and we thought price was still bearish, and then price ended up buying. So if the condition now stands is the daily is bearish, yes, but once it just breaks above this level here, we are bullish, and this trade is invalid, right? And when we see something like that, and you look at the forward time frame, you can see that the forward time frame is also very much bearish. Right around this level here, we are very much, this is our lower high, this is our lower low. And you can see we are kind of having this structure. So, the best way I can sell this now is one thing, guys. I need price to, um, to break below this level here. That's the only way I'll sell. That's just the only way I can sell this. But everything is fine. Everything is clean, and But I just want price to break below here, and you'll see it clearly. Let me just do this. Uh, you see it clear at the OG level. Yeah. The reason why I don't want to sell from here is one. Remember this is the daily time frame. And if you remember USD remember USD. Let me just show you because if I'm just talking, you won't see it. This is USD. And look at the weekly time frame. I was planning to sell around this level, thinking price was still bearish when it had this kind of structure. Okay. Price, what did price end up doing? Price ended up buying. And if you look at NZD USD, price is very much bullish. Uh, is very much bearish on the weekly time frame, but the daily has repeated the same thing where price is bearish with this lower high and this lower low. But if you see again, price kind of made a price kind of made the same structure that we saw in USD. Okay, and that shows us that when price breaks below, price breaks above, we might consider this to be a buying trade. It's different with that analysis. I was showing you that if we're bullish like this, then price gives us that small retest and price continues buying. Yes, this is clear. You can identify that this is still a higher high, which is this one, not any shift. But when you see uh three three candles around the same level, they should really question the structure. Okay. Uh, cause Because once this, if this daily on a Monday, once the daily on a Monday can just give us that strong break, right around that level, something like this, then just right there, right then, you see this will even be clear. This will become a new lower high, and this will be a new lower low. So this is why I need price to break below here. Then I'll be comfortable with selling. I don't want to sell here because I don't know if price will consider this to be a higher, a lower low, or just a retest. Cool. If when price was at this point, this was fine. But since price is looking like this, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just going to watch it. We're just going to lay back and just wait for the market to do what it has to do. If it sells, leaves us, that's fine. If it buys, leaves us, that's even fine. Um, but I just want when we take a trade, we have everything in line. Okay. So in this case, if this is our this is our this if this is our lower high and this is our lower low, that means I can't sell here. I need price to make a new lower low by breaking below this level here. You see? So that just right there tells me I have to wait for price breaking above this level here. But to make it even look clean, I can try to maybe drag it around here. It makes it looks cleaner like this. You can see this is where we're getting the this is much better. Not the way it was. This is the range. So simple. The thing is now clear. I just need Monday to give me that break, and when we get the break, we can take it from there. And if you look at the weekly time frame, this is still the range. Nothing has changed. You can see nothing has still changed. You see, we're still at the same range. So at least I know that if price breaks on the daily, this time frame might continue selling. And if price goes up, then maybe this was just a break and retest for price to continue buying. And this pin bar, uh, cause cause let me tell you something. If this pin bar breaks below, it does something like this, that means that the pin bar was invalid. But if we just see a weak open and price breaks above, then this pin bar was valid. So that's why you've now seen me saying, okay, you've done that for me. We've missed this trade, break this below, then I'll sell. Because again, NZD USD and NZD card, most of the time they are in the same direction. So if this buys, this will even signal that okay, the NZD card pair was right, and it's fine. I'm already cool with this. I'll just take the other one. And so if you can also see AUD USD, it's the same thing. I'm expecting price to sell below so it can then shift and give me my buying position, meaning the USD pair might gain next week. And that means that this NZD USD might sell next week, even up to this zone here. Okay. And now the head and shoulder is even clean. You can see we have this left. Mm, and we have the head and we have the right. You see, even though I don't use this pattern for valuing my analyzing, means most of the time just entry, but that's just also another confirmation. And if you look at the 4 hour time frame, at least once price breaks below here, we'll have a new lower low, and we'll just wait because this is a nice kind of rejection. So once price breaks below, we'll just wait for a retest, then we can even sell from here, you see? So something like that. This is how we'll go about this trade. That's if we pick it for this week. But that's the analysis we have. Uh so next time we meet, we'll do Eurocard and USD card, and then we can go back and forth until we pick the best one. Okay, so thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Uh, so welcome back, guys. So let's just continue from where we left. Um, Wait, let me just try to drag this down. Okay, let me drag it down here. So we're discussing about on NZD USD. Okay. Uh, if you can see, the I told you the daily has to break below this level for me to buy to sell because of the way price reacted with this previous daily candle closes. You can see the type of candle closes we had. So this just made me refrain from the from the whole analysis of selling because it's near to my if this means that this was a lower low and this was a lower high because of what happened in USD when I switched to the weekly time frame. If you remember this reaction, that's the same thing that's happening here. You can see on the daily time frame. So the way we play it safe is we'll just wait if the daily will break below. You see, so that once we know that the daily has broken below this level here, then I'll be sure that price has gone bearish, and it's willing to sell. The reason why I'm also delaying is You can also see that we're having the same thing I told you, some sort of head and shoulder. And when we break below here, it will be a very nice trade. And we then just wait for a retest, then so we can see what's going on. The forward time frame is already giving us some structure. Uh, so I told you when we meet next time, we'll go through these two, USD card and Euro card. Okay, so let's start with USD card. If you can see USD card and let me first put all of these here so that we can choose wisely the one that will be pushed to next week. Okay. So if you can see Euro card and AUD card and which other one? I think even NZD card. Yeah. Euro card, NZD card, AUD card, you can see price wants to buy. You can see NZD USD, you can see price wants to sell. And this AUD USD price wants to buy, but I need price to first break below this level here. And in the day if I want to go bearish. USD JPY we are out. Now GPP card we are officially out, and so the only ones that we will pick from are these Euro USD CHF, AUD USD, NZD USD, AUD card, NZD card, Euro card, or USD card. But first, let's go through the last two we have left, which is Euro card and USD card. So for Euro card, if you can see, last week we talked about this pair very much. You can see how price retested. So first of all, we start with the weekly time frame, and yeah, the reason why I didn't buy it and the reason why I was waiting, all that now. So first of all, you can see the first step is this all started with a mistake. If you remember that trade I took here, I thought we were selling. I don't know why I went against my weekly, because you can see my weekly lower high was this one, and my weekly lower low was this one here. Okay, so first what price did was price retested and came back to this OG level, which is fine, but didn't give me any entry. You see, so now I'm waiting for price to react at these OG levels. You can see price did that, didn't give me an entry level. Price moved again, no entry level, and price finally broke above, no entry level. Okay. So then when price finally broke below, this was bullish and you can clearly see. So I thought this consecutive 3-week candle drop uh, was showing me that the weekly is a fake out. And I've never done that in my whole trading career of doing such thing as a fake out. And I don't know where that idea came from. So now I started thinking this price would sell because of this uh triple drop. You see, the three white, I don't know what you call this type of candlestick. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. We have time today. Uh, we have time today. Okay, let's look it up. Uh, three. Uh, uh-huh. Three black what? Don't know if that's cross or close. Let me try to zoom in. Let me try to zoom in this one. Okay, three black crows. Okay, so the three white shoulders is the bullish one, and the three black crow cross is this one. Some I usually use these two. Three inside out, yeah, inside down, or morning star, or evening star. Uh, yeah, but these rarely happen. These upside Tasak Tasuki gap or downside Tasuki gap, abandoned baby. I've never seen. Have I seen? I've never seen abandoned baby. Maybe I've seen this too. Mm, but anyway, our interest is that one. So let's come back here. So you can see that after seeing that three triple tap, I now thought price was going to sell. You see, and I forgot my rule. Instead of just waiting for price to give me a bullish signal, I thought price might retest all the way back to this OG level here before maybe it can give me a buy. So I tried to go against the trend and thinking price might sell to hit this zone, then we might buy. And then I forgot about this would be an OG level as well. Then price just uh taught me the mistake I made, and it went up. So then once price broke, you can see now we realize that, oh, price is actually bullish on the weekly time frame, and we've changed. This is now our high, and this is our higher low. So meaning anything going on within um, within this box here is of value to us. You see, anything going on within this box can be used to buy more. Okay, and and the 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 technical should be applied at where we see prices most likely to buy. Okay. And then we have one level, which is this one here. You can see, uh, you can see this is also a level where price reacted the most. And funny thing is, when price went there again, it kind of rejected. So, when we took the losing trade, we closed with this strong bullish close. Okay, so we avoided the next week because I was telling you, where price is at this OG level, and I expect a rejection at this OG level. So I can't really buy when price has already bought and is at this OG level. Unless if maybe it breaks above, then I'll wait for a retest around. So when price was here, I was thinking I need at least a break, then retest, then I'll buy. If not, price still has to return back to my OG level here, then I can buy more. See? Mm. Yeah, because if you enter your buys here, this is supposed to be your target. Since we expect some rejections, you should be able to cash out your profits here. But the main direction is when this buy, whichever buy we enter, if this price is bullish, over it should reach this high and break it. That's the old target. Once it breaks it, it even makes a new retest and continue. Let's say this week price breaks this level. We expect the second week to now just give us the retest at this level here, this OG level, or this one here, and then price continue buying. You see, that's the that's the overview analysis if price really wants to buy. Uh, and you can see, so when we got that retest there, now price comes back at this OG level, which is last week. So since we're at this level, we now just want to see how price will react at this zone and give us the buy. And the only reason this buy wasn't ready was one, I always tell you when you're at that level, um, just what I always tell you here. If you're looking for buys, right? And you want buys at this OG level and price ends up breaking below, what do you need? You need price to break above and price to retest, and it retested, you can see, and then price to give you a confirmation, right? So for the higher time frame, we just got the confirmation, this bullish close. And what does this bullish close tell us? This bullish close tells us that Monday we expect only a pullback and then price to continue giving us the buys. Because we've already showed us that, okay, I tried to break below your OG level, but I'm back and I'm holding with this strong candle. You see? Um, so if I really wanted last week, I wouldn't even have added this on my pairs. I would have just said, okay, let me see how the weekly reject at this OG level. And you've seen price didn't even leave me or go anywhere. It just stayed the same at the same spot because I was looking for the same thing the whole entire week. You see? So now that we have the weekly cleared out and we know that the weekly is supporting our buy, let's switch to the daily time frame. Okay, so this is the daily time frame, and the daily time frame, interestingly, the same thing I'm just explaining to you is what's going on. You can see price was bullish after making this lower. After making this higher low, you can see right around this zone here, higher low, higher high, then it went bearish. You see why I'm staying away from AUD NZD is because of this kind of what do you call this? This kind of candlesticks when they are so close to each other. You don't know if there's really a shift or there's really a lower low or a lower high. So, but anyway, you can see we had that small lower high, and uh, either it broke or either went the other way. Just the final product, which is price made the lower low at this point, then price shifted. So when price shifted, and we're here already, as we already want price to come back here. So once price is at this OG level, then we simply buy, right? So now for for us to simply benefit from this trade, we now experience something, but instead of getting this uh easy buy, or we just wait for price to give us a rejection. In short, this thing it did here. Let me just do this. In short, what price? Let me try to replay here. Okay. Okay. So in short, what I'm saying is you've seen what price did here. I wanted this to happen around this level. You see? At my OG, not breaking my OG level. This is breaking my OG level. It's outside the box. See? So since we're outside this becomes invalid, even though it's a very nice break retest engulfing close of the daily you can buy. Yes, that's fine, but it's not at my OG level. So just seeing that we just try to hold our flags just for a bit, but we already know where price is going. So then we just wait for you see what happens? Price ends up breaking. Why? Because it it reacted at the level where we should not be looking for buys. And you see what price did? It sold. Okay. So since price now is below, if you remember what I told you, if when price breaks above and when price gives you a deeper retest, you just simply wait for price to come and break above the level where you anticipated your buys and look for a retest in the lower time frame. Since this is the daily, you just then switch to the lower time frame. Or if it was the weekly, you can now switch to the daily. So this is happening in the daily. We can now switch to the 4 hour. But in the 4 hour, when this happens, we wait for a full break and a full retest for us to buy. sale. So we can now see that price, we need price to break above. That's the on goal. That's the only goal we have, is price coming back up this level. Because now it's even deeper and we're even closer to our mm, lower higher low here. So since we're even closer to our higher low and this is our high, we can't even take any buy here because we don't know if this higher low will be taken out. And look at what happens next. Okay, so price now finally breaks above and give us what we wanted. Only not only does it comes back at this OG level, but price later on retests back to this and breaks it. So since we have now the daily certified, we are ready to buy because the daily has now broken above this level. And since the daily and the weekly is ready to buy, we still have one more time frame to make sure we are clear on it, and we we don't have to worry about anything, at least when we enter ourselves, okay? Because right now, price in the daily time frame, even though it looks like this, it has every right to come back here again and play around this level and play around this until it breaks below. That's when we'll be wrong about the buy. And until it breaks above, that's when we'll be wrong about buying around this zone here. You see? So it's it's um it's a two-ways game. And now let's go to the scenarios, huh? So the first scenario we have is price can simply just open on a Monday with a strong break like that. This can easily happen, and we don't have to bite ourselves or scream or think we can no longer catch a sensible trade. No, it's just part of the market. All we just do is hope it does what we planned and we execute. If it doesn't, we don't do anything. So this can happen on a Monday or next week, or this can happen this week, where price just comes back to this level, or even takes the daily out. This can also happen. You see, so this is where now what will determine if this will happen or that will happen is the 4 hour time frame. Why am I saying the 4 hour time frame? Is because the daily time frame has already done its part by breaking above the level I wanted to buy. And the worst scenario I can get is price retesting this level, the daily time frame, and giving me a bullish close. But that's also something I would still work with. And I would love to see that, because if I get that, I know that a daily. Okay, let me just show you something. What would be so safer to buy if price was to make this and then uh it only gives you a retest somewhere there. And you get a bullish close like this. This is risky because if you can see, there's too much gap here, even though it's fine. And just with experience, with something like this, there's a high chance price can even come back here and give you a bearish candle. Yeah, so meaning what would this can easily happen where we get a red candle on a Monday and then we get a bullish candle on a Tuesday or even on a Wednesday. You can maybe see this happens with two consecutive red candles, something like this. This can easily happen too. So what I'm doing here is just opening your mind so you can be adaptive to anything. This can easily happen this week. We can get a Monday red candle. We can get a Monday red candle, a Tuesday red candle as well. and then we can get maybe a Wednesday or Thursday. Uh, Green candle, this color, yeah. Bullish candle, let me just say. So this can be either with one uh Monday candle close or then just one strong bullish candle. But in the actual sense, what I'm saying is we can get next week price starting with this kind of push, then buying, or we can get the Monday or this Monday open starting with a very strong bullish push and we don't get the retest at all. You see? Or we can get the Monday close starting with a very strong bearish push, which even ends up breaking below and we don't get any trade at all. So any of these three can happen, okay? And since we now know that these three scenarios can happen where price can give us a nice retest and buy, or price can give us a strong break and just an open where we don't even get any weak, we just see a huge buy. And or price breaks below. So these are things we'll know. But now let me ask you, for me to say that we might get this, is this will be influenced by the 4-hour time frame. So let's start with this first scenario, this one here, the upper side scenario, okay? So we can get this upper side when price on the 4-hour time frame, if you can see where we are right now, this is the 4-hour, and by the look of things, this is where we are taking our buys from. Mm, because if you see the 4 hour has made a very nice head and shoulder. Or let me just say shift, make things easier for you. We were very much bearish. Then price started making these higher highs, higher lows, and these higher highs, higher lows became after we break, by the way. We broke before that, this was just market structure. The market made a new last structure that turned into a higher low and broke above. Okay. So this is where the 4 hour is. And I'm telling you the daily can give us these three scenarios, right? Uh-huh. So in scenario one, this being our first scenario, this can happen when price on the Monday, we just see for the 4 hour time frame, just continue printing bullish candles like that. This is very common, and this can happen too, and price comes back at this level. And by the time we are seeing our our markets, we end up just noticing that the daily close with a strong bullish push. That's very common. Okay. That's the first scenario. You see, so it will be made by the daily having the 4 hour having such bullish candles. Then that's the second one is this one here, okay, where price retest back at this level. That's when we get a nice bearish candle, maybe two, three, or four candles. I'm just trying to show you the all move, but it can be three candles, it can be four, it can be six. But the main point is price retests to this zone here, okay? And once price retests to this zone, let me do this. This retest will differ. You see, it's either we'll get, I think I explained this to you, but anyway, let me just continue. It's either we'll get a retest that will break below our OG level, which is this one. This is retest one. When price just breaks below our OG level, but doesn't go beyond our lower high, higher low. Okay, this is retest one. So if we get retest one, this means that all we have to do is the same thing I tell you, is just wait for price to break above and then retest one more time and give us our entry, and then we can buy. That's the first response to this type of retest. Okay. Then This can be another, the other retest we can get is when price now just tends to break even below the lower, um, the lower, the higher low, you see? So the first one is this yellow retest. Let me remove this one. The yellow retest is when price just retests at the point where we want, or even at that level there, you see? Then the second one is when price breaks below the OG level. And the third one is when price breaks below this zone here. And once price breaks below this level, what we are now dealing with is this kind of close I was showing you on the daily time frame, where we just see price having a strong bearish close. Because if we get this bearish break, it's a sign that price will continue making, and the forward time frame is a sign we'll get a retest and price continue making lows and lower highs. In the actual sense now, confirming this type of close I was showing you. You see? That's if we break above here. We break below this OG higher low level. Okay? Then so we've certified that push, and we've also certified this kind of break. Mm, but in all these type of breaks, we have a way we can respond to them. That's one thing. Uh, and the way we respond to them, that's the one that determines if we can have a daily structure where price gives us a uh where price gives us this kind of retest, where from here on Monday we get the bearish close, and maybe a Tuesday we get the bullish close. That's with of respect to this kind of structure I'm telling you about. But if it doesn't give this structure, it doesn't mean we won't buy or not. I'm just telling you what we might see so you can be ready to adapt with the market. So dealing with the first scenario here, when price is at this level, we'll simply just let me do this. With yellow, with, with yellow, once we tested, wait for bullish signal entry buy. Okay, that's when we get this yellow color. I don't know if this is light blue, but okay, let's just use it. Let's just label it as a light blue. You guys who know colors will do that, but light blue. If once we tested with a break, we wait for price to break above OG level and retest, then entry signal. Okay, bye. That's the O jug. So this is the light blue scenario. When we have, let me try to take a picture for this. I like this. When we get this kind of break on the light blue one, where price breaks below our OG level, we simply just wait for price to break above and retest and give us an a bullish entry signal. Then we buy. You see, that's the one for light blue. For yellow, we're just waiting since price has retested perfectly. We just need price to give us a bullish entry signal, then we buy. You see? Then for purple, so for purple, uh, we get a 4 hour shift. You see? So for purple, this means that price was bullish. You can see, high, low, high, high. but price goes bearish. But we're looking for buys, right? Uh-huh. So the purple structure, that's the one that can make this daily scenario I was telling you about, where we get the bearish daily close on a Monday and Tuesday, maybe something bullish. Why am I saying that is, let's say if price starts with a bearish retest, a bearish candle on the market open, and then Monday price decides to break below this level. We've made the new lower low, which is this zone here, and a new lower high, which is this zone here. But the weekly and the daily is ready to buy. But the only way I can buy is if price breaks above this and shifts. Okay? So that once we get this shift, so we get a 4-hour shift break. That's what's happening. 4-hour shift break. Then we wait for 4-hour shift of structure, meaning since price this is the shift of structure, because the price is now bearish by being at this zone here, so we can only buy once we are above this level, meaning already this push has given you a daily close that is in this way here, you see, and maybe that push can be a Tuesday candlestick that will lead to that break and retest, making this daily scenario possible as well. See? Uh-huh. But in most cases, this shift that we are waiting for would be even fair if price just tends to make a new lower low again, so that we can get a shift right back at this same spot where we wanted to buy our with the other scenarios we got. You see? So when price tries to break below this level here, and makes a new lower low at this level, by closing at this point here with this purple scenario, what we are now hoping for is this price to make a new lower high, and then dropping further. You see, just trying to drop further. Even a bit can do it, so that we can get that shift. Uh, we can get that shift, then get that retest where we can buy at least closer to our OG level, or maybe somewhere there, since this is where we're getting the shift, you see? So that's the so when we get this kind of purple structure, uh when we test and entry signal, then we buy. Right. So when we get this paper structure, that's when we get that type of analysis I was telling you on the daily level. So this one is also a very nice trade that's ready to buy next week. And we react with this on this and this pair with all those scenarios I've shown you. Either we get the yellow one, the blue one, the purple one where we have the break below. And this paper one, if it wants, price can even continue breaking and even making this trade a bad trade, maybe even a C trade, because of the way price will push. But we'll see if this won't happen, that's good. If it happens, still that's fine. We'll find a way to adapt with the pair. So this is how we will tackle Euro card, but definitely this one might be on the list for this week, because it's ready to go, and it's ready to go in a perfect world. If we can get this retest, it will be very nice to buy, or this type of retest, very nice to buy. Even this term one, very nice to buy. It just means that we'll wait a bit more. Okay. Mm. And if we get the yellow pullback, which is this one, where let me just try to know this, since you guys already know what's going on. If we get this kind of yellow pullback, then this entry will be very similar to the next pair I'm now going to analyze, which is the USD CHF. You can see the trade is very similar. We just get that break, that retest, and then we buy. And you see how the daily had that break with no bullish retest, you see? So it's the same way if we get that purple retest and buy, we just get one daily um uh, weak pullback, then price buys high. Yeah, so it's the same trade we took, but we just repeat it now. And if you can see this same trade and you use the forward time frame and you try to zoom back at this point here, you can see that price is kind of doing what it did last time, where it gave that break, and you can see that's the break, and it rejected around the same area before it gave us the retest. Just that this was early, but you can see it was somehow there. And then price decided to retest at this point, the retest, and gave the engulfing. Once the engulfing, you saw our price has pushed up crazy. And the same can happen here. You see, so uh, we'll see. Then we have this is USD card. Uh, since we are already see the initial buys of this pair should be price reaching this level here, and this price should have held this trade even up to now. You see, because price should reach this level here. Okay. But we got what we wanted. That's fine for now. Uh, so how do we continue this buys? If you can see, this is not a this is not a fear of missing out trade. This is a continuation, because if you can see, price is above at this is at this level here. Is around this level here. And we caught our buys when price was at this point here. You see? This point here, but now price is at this OG level, and you can see when price we tested at this OG level, it gave a nice entry to buy. When price we tested, gave a nice entry to buy. Price we tested, nice entry to buy. Price we tested, nice entry to buy. Price broke, no retest. Okay. Price broke below, that's fine. But price broke, and price but with this kind of break, this kind of push though, uh, 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 okay. Um, you can see this is a lower high, and this is a higher high. Price can do anything. No, no, no. The higher high has changed because we are this level here before price broke above. So let me try to delete these things here. So this means that price can do anything around these two levels, but the weekly is already bullish. But it's just that in this pair, if this trade's real intention is buying until this level there, I need this price to come back at this point here and then buy more. Okay, this means the Canadian dollar should gain over the US dollar in short. uh but how do I make sure that I am in the right place, the right time? If you look at this and try to scroll back up, you can see There is also some. I want to use myself. Let me do this. Let us do this. Wait, we'll see if we're at this now. Mm, wait. Hmm. No, no. We just stick to this one here. We just need price to test this level here, and then we can buy. And since I already analyzed this pair last week, you can see even if I put on the weekly time frame, it's that price just wants to continue buying. And for price to buy more, we need that weak rejection and then buys more until price is back at this point. Because you can also see even on the weekly time frame, we are trading above this OG level. And the only level we have is this same zone, not where I wanted to put here. There's nothing here on the weekly time frame. There is something there, and maybe this rejection, that rejection. But rather than that, no, we just stick to this one. If it won't come to that level, that's fine. Mm, so the daily time frame is bullish, the weekly is bullish, the 4 hour time frame, the 4 hour time frame right now is also bullish. This being our, again, we adjust, this being our high low, uh, right here, and this being our high. So since I'm getting a retest here, you can easily tell that once price gives me that retest, price will go bearish on the 4 hour time frame. Meaning that once price goes bearish on the 4 hour time frame, I'll be expecting price to give me a new lower low again, so I can get a shift right around my level. Because this is the only part that I would want to buy at. Okay, so the main goal is wanting this retest here, then you can move off the trade. And the reason why I've used this as a higher low, not this one, is you can clearly see we have that push and there is some sort of space right there. You can see that kind of space there compared to this red retest and this one here. So this can be used as a higher low and this as a higher high. See, so for this one, for us to sell, we need price to be below this OG level here. So just this alone signals that you need to wait a bit. You need a lot of waiting. And with this kind of trade, I'll be very close to my daily higher low. Meaning when price is at this level, I just don't need a retest only. I need the daily to show me that it's holding this bullish position. It's bullish position around this level. And then I can risk my money on this trade. If not, we'll look for something else. Uh, I think that's it for USD card because really it's just a continuation. And if I decided to put that first line I was showing you guys, it will be at this point here. And this wouldn't, I can't be buying at this level. My risk to reward won't make sense because I have to come out when price is at this point at least. So the only spot we can buy is once price retraces back at this source. So And the next time we meet, we'll now start choosing the ones we put in this week and the ones we want. But right now, this is all we have. And my US oil pair closed at that level. So I needed to break to go bullish again, but come back in my trading zone and I can practice more buys. But right now it's just playing with me. Bitcoin, USD, AD, ZAR USD. I need price to make a new lower low, like I've told you at this point. Then it should shift it. Then we can buy, start looking for buys. And I hope one day I can catch this buy with you. Uh, uh, Bitcoin. Okay, price is kind of, what did I remove? Price is kind of uh testing this zone, but I can't buy because this is at the no buy zone and the daily is bearish though. So we'll see if price can ever retest back to this OG level. As even the weekly time frame, you can see how price is reacting. It just left us, so we allow it, and that's it for US 30. I don't trade this, though it looked very clean on this trade here, and this for trade here. Maybe we can practice how to enter with this trade. Well, maybe I can put it here. This one is probably the same direction. You can also see price is just going to retest there and that price level and then buy more if at all. But these NAS 100, US 30, Dow Jones, they are mostly what news driven. So that's why I can't trade them regardless of how neat they look. But anyway, see you guys in the and now I can look for buys in the weekly because we finally broke above this level. And so this signals that all this price needs is a weak rejection and then price will continue buying. So take advantage of this retest you guys are having here. Good morning guys. This is Monday. And yesterday we ended on what I think we finished discussing all the pairs. So the only thing that was left was choosing the pairs we'll be trading. And yesterday I just got a bit occupied, so I didn't get to make the video for choosing. But we can do this now still, because already I told you we'll pick from this week, and with being just true to ourselves, we'll kind of do this. We'll replay the Monday thing, so we can choose from this zone. Yeah, so we'll remove the Monday open on both sides, so you can see uh yeah, this was on Monday. Okay. So with USD card, I told you we want price to come back at this level. For Euro card, the same thing. I also told you I want price to come back at this level. Uh, I also told you I want price to come back at this level. Then we can buy. Okay. AUD card, I also told you I want price to come back around this level here. Wait, no, let's. How can I just make this replay make sense? Okay, so this is AUD card. Let's just start with AUD card. You can see that price was at this point and the the 4 hour was bearish. Let me just do this in short anyway. Just the same though. The 4 hour was bearish, remember, and the goal was we sell once price comes back here, right? Even though, and I told you, price can either break above or break below. And the good part is now we finally had our shift. You can see, so we had our shift there in the forward time frame. So all we need is price to retest back here, then we can buy. Eurocard. The same thing, price at our final strong break. And so all we need is price to retest back this level. And then we can buy. And you remember I told you there's a lot of scenarios that might happen. Price might break below, or price might even just go without doing any of these retests. Mm, and now you can wonder why, maybe if we entered last week when price gave us this engulfing. Yes, I would have entered, but remember, I was waiting for the daily time frame to give me a close, to give me a close above this level. You see, because I can't just enter around this zone while I know the daily hasn't closed and anything can happen. So, like this, price has broken above. There is nothing we can do but just wait for price to come back here, and then we'll buy. If not, then we will get no opportunity on this trade. And USD card, the same thing. When price to come back there, uh then we can buy. And AUD card, the same thing. I need the retest back there, then I can buy. Uh, NZD card, also the same thing. I wanted a retest around this level and a nice engulfing, but you can see what we ended up having was a rejection, and price has made a new lower low on the 4 hour time, higher low, higher high on the 4 hour time frame. So it still stands. I need price to come back at my OG level. In this case, since we are now bearish, bullish on the daily time, on 4 hour time frame, we need price to come here and shift for us one more time. Okay. Then we have USD, NZD, USD. I told you I need price to give me a sell right around this level here. And you can see how price pushed up. That's still fine. And you can see how the dailies was pushed up as well. So that's also fine. So just wait for price to break below and then we can sell. Okay. And AUD, NZD, I needed the daily to give me a new lower low, so this is invalid for me for this week because I need the daily to give me a new lower low so it can come and shift it and buy, and this won't be ready this week. So that pair is already gone. Same with USD, JPY, if you remember, I told you, and GPP card. So the only pairs that I have for this week is these pairs here. And let's see if we can maybe add USD CHF. Uh USD CHF has retested this level. We're looking for buys. And based on this retest, let's see if we can grade this trade. Based on this retest, if we put on the 4 time frame, um we can, let's see, this is the daily, yeah? This is the 4 hour. So for me to get a very nice buy, I need, just a minute. I need For me to get a very nice buy, I need for to make a new lower high and a new lower low. Then price gives me that shift, so then I can buy. Okay, that means that this daily time frame can close with any bearish close, but I will need a daily confirmation for me to buy this back. Okay, so in this case, I'm waiting for daily holding. Okay, so let's see. So we have these pairs we can trade this week. But if you see USD card, Euro card, AUD card, and NZD card, they are all going the same direction. So it's okay if I can try to remove some. Uh, it's fine if I can try to remove some. Uh, Maybe between AUD card and Euro card, we can try to eliminate one because these are going the same direction. And so there's no need of keeping six pairs when I can just have five. And same with AUD, see, it's just the same thing. Just need that retest. And then NZD card is also the same thing. I just need price to come back here. Okay. Uh, I also have Euro, AUD, NZD, USD. So maybe to balance this, just to have balance where we have USD, Euro, AUD, NZD, USD, CHF. Maybe I can remove let's see the daily time from this pair first. Maybe I can remove NZD card just for this week. And then I'll have USD card, Euro card, AUD card, NZD, USD, USD, CHF. You see, I have all my pairs at least in 1 week where I trade USD CHF, I trade NZD, I can trade AUD, I can trade Euro, I can trade USD, and I can also trade CAD. So this is at least balanced, this is at least balanced, and these pairs. And mind you, if this trade is as willing to give us the buy, it will surely come back at this level. Same with USD, NZD, USD. If he wants to give us that sell, to surely break below. Same with uh USD CHF. We want to see if the daily will be holding this position here. And once it shows us it's holding, who are we not to buy? I also wanted to add this one, but the only bad part is I have too much card pairs. And it's crazy how, yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah, that's five. Five is fine. So, mm, that's it for this video. So let me close this video, then I'll make another one because this one was just for closing out pairs. And the only reason I've delayed on Monday is because yesterday I was busy. I was busy with something. That's why I couldn't make the last video of choosing. But it's okay because you already knew the analysis behind all these pairs. And the only pair that is still concerning is USDCHF because I don't really know if this is still a shift or not, but I guess we'll see that. But these other ones, these other ones, they are still fine, especially these card pairs, they're still fine. Uh, and this one also is still fine. This one also is still fine. Uh, SDCHF still burning me out. Let's see. See for time frame. Let's see this one's for time frame. You know what? Since this one, USD I'm not clear if this was really a shift. This one here. I'll just put NZD card, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just put NZD card and it's okay. Yeah, we'll trade CHF maybe next week. Okay, so thank you for watching.